Welcome, Commanders! This is a guide for the third boss of the Union Raid of May 2025, Land Eater. This boss has a weakness to the electric element. A minimum level requirement of 280 is recommended for this fight. Of all the bosses this Union Raid, he is probably the easiest. His first phase is straightforward, you destroy the parts, and it will trigger the second phase. If you're high level enough, you can completely ignore the projectiles. In my situation, I have Marie. Her burst is able to completely destroy the parts and the projectiles. I will be just shooting them down since I do not have a healer, but it's really not a big deal. This boss has several mechanics. When he uses his first QTE, the red circle, if you do not break it in time, it will create a bubble, a barrier around him, which it will significantly reduce the amount of damage that you will be doing to him. You will also be charging a beam randomly at your characters. First time it was against Marie, the second time is against my Winter Maiden. If you cover up, it will take half of your cover. If you choose to tank it, it will take half of your HP. If you're a low level account, I would recommend you to use Blanc instead of Marie. Or if you have Crown, her barrier will be able to completely mitigate his ability. He is currently targeting Rouge. I will tank it to show you again that this is not a big deal. This time he is targeting Cinderella. She has a crown. It happens that you have Cinderella. She's the best DPS in the entire game for the electric element. She is also able to completely mitigate any single target abilities that the bosses have against her character. It is important for you to break the QTE, but for the sake of the argument, I'm just gonna fail it on purpose. If you fail it, you can iframe the plasma barrier that he is gonna be throwing at you. It's not that difficult. I will fail it on purpose just to show you what will happen. Something that can be iframed. You do not need a healer. This boss is not this difficult. Again, I'm filling it on purpose to show you what would happen. It's really not a big deal. If your union has low level players, even if they do not have characters that are the elemental weakness against them, I would recommend you to deploy them against it. Even if you were to not iframe the plasma barrage, it's not a big problem. This attempt did 3.6 billion damage. I did not really try to do more damage than that. I could have probably pushed to 4 billion. If you're curious as the alternatives to this specifically limited character, collab, and pilgrim team that I have, you can always go with Tia and Naga as a replacement for Marie and Winter Maiden. Tia has the ability to tank the boss, and her taunt can completely force him to target her. Her barrier will also completely mitigate the damage, even if his beam is an overkill at level 280. Naga is an electric character. She provides the healing and she synergizes well with Tia. If you choose to go directly with Crown instead of Marie is also just fine. It actually increases your damage a little since she has a more powerful attack buff. You can also use her to shoot down the projectiles. For the people who neither have Cinderella, Summer Anis, and Winter Maiden, you can go with Iron, which is the currently best electric damage NIKKE that is neither a pilgrim or neither a collaboration character. Scarlet is slightly more difficult to have. She also damages herself periodically. If you were to deploy her, Naga would be absolutely recommended. Guillotine is also an acceptable DPS on your second or third squad. I did not include K since as of today there is absolutely no data available on her performance. For the players who do not have Rouge, this is fine. You can go with Litter, Little Mermaid if she was not used on Mace, and Rapi. Any player that is not able to do the other bosses, I recommend you to use your 3 attempts against him. This is everything for today. Have a wonderful day, Commanders.